The women are going to choose who they really want to choose. And it may not be you. It could be that dude that made her for the first time. And then when you find out about it, she's got to hide it. And she's really thinking about him while you doing nothing. And so
he said that nothing.
No, I mean for real.
So true.
So don't be the dude that does nothing. And she's talking about like a year and she's still trying things. That's because her heart ain't in it. That's all.
Isn't in what?
Isn't into her man that she went back to. She didn't want him. He was probably the secure guy. And
well, I think that her heart was in it. Because she feels bad because she says she loves her boyfriend.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
Yeah, she feels bad because she loves her boyfriend. She just can't get what she needs out of him.
Does she feel bad for being a liar and telling him that he's probably the best? And
I don't think she lied because she said that he's insecure about it. Hold on. It said, wait, hold on.
You think that she's lying?
It says she says even though he tries really hard and is insecure about it, which means that they probably had a conversation.
What do you think this conversation consisted of?
The lack of that she's having.
In comparison to what? Like she has to be comparing her to something.
No, it doesn't have to be in comparison to anything. But if I'm having sex with you for 9 months, because that was initially the time of their relationship, if I'm having sex with you for 9 months and not one time have you made me, I'm gonna tell you.
But you're
that doesn't have to be in comparison to anyone.
I call Cap because she left and then came back. And then she started talking.
No, I'm just, hold on. They did broke up, but I'm talking about before the breakup. She said that they were in a relationship for 9 months.
Okay, so they were in a relationship for 9 months. They broke up.
The shit was already lackluster is what she's saying.
Cool, but when she came back, she has a nerve to complain. Why come back?
She was probably complaining at first.
Okay, fine if she was complaining at first, but don't come back. I know what you was out there doing.
You just on this nigga.
What does it matter? What does it matter what she was out there doing?
It matters because now she's thinking about this other dude, and while she's with her man, that's why it matters. So why go through the whole lie stage and go back to somebody who?
But you know what? Now I agree with homegirl saying that her boyfriend is insecure because why does that matter? They were broken up. She went out and did some things, and maybe he did too. That's okay.
He probably broke up with her.
Hello.
That's not what. That's
because first of all, it didn't even say that the breakup was because of. They just said that they broke up.
Cool. And then she went back.
Which is crazy.
Which, why does that mean don't talk about how bad it is? Why does that mean that?
Because you left knowing a reason, came back expecting the thing to change, and it's still the same, but yet you still want to be there with him, and now you're conflicted. That's the problem. The problem isn't the simple fact that she had elsewhere. The problem is that she had a great time having elsewhere and she can't forget about it, but yet she's fighting herself trying to be with somebody who she loves. So in defense of Rome, if your love can't override your desires, don't come back. You're causing problems.
Not Rico.
Just go fuck somebody else
right.
who makes you and stay your over there. You want to go over there with this guy because this guy probably treats you better than the guy that makes you. That's the real reason why you're going back.
Well, first of all, don't you think that this is her dilemma in the first place? Because she loves one person, but she gets f***ed great by another person?
No, her dilemma is she loves the treatment of one person.
No,
And she-
you don't.
and-
No,
and
Rico,
because she loves
you're
the-
doing a lot.
the-
No,
because
I don't
she
know why you
loves
guys
the-
are even making this difficult.
Because the treatment is what's making her love this person. The way he treats her is what makes her love him.
It's not the sex.
It's not him.
It's not the
It's
sex.
not the fact that he's.
We know it's not the.
Well, but she didn't write in about the treatment. She wrote in about the sex. So go back to where the sex was good. Leave me alone. Let me find some other woman that likes my sex.
But she loves him. She doesn't love the other guy. So do you want her to live her life just
I don't
based
give
on
a
who
about
her good
I
or
want her to live her life truthfully. That'd be
she
nice.
is being truthful. She's asking us for our advice.
She's asking us for her advice. She don't know what to do with her body. She's asking us for
no.
advice.
Let me be okay. Yeah, just to be fair, and we've spoken about this before. There's 80-20. No one is going to have 100% in their relationship, and there are many of women who forego an amazing life because
I'm sorry.
with the person that they're with.
She's being real.
Why though?
Does it have to be explained?
Yes.
I
It
don't
does.
understand.
It does.
Only I'm not being funny.
okay.
I don't understand because get what you want out of life. Life is very short. Why are you settling? If
Well-
that's a huge part.
Well, so this is the thing. Nothing is going to be 100%.
Got it.
So if you have a partner that hits on 80 really well, and then that 20 not so much, are you willing to sacrifice 80 for 20?
Okay.
When you realize that 20 is 80, yeah.
It's not. So that's the thing. I think that's why she's in the dilemma, because she has this connection with this other person, but he can't.
But the 20 that she thought was just 20 is actually the 80.
Not 80.
That's
Because
what she wrote in about, though.
yeah, but like she's conflicted because they are very similar in terms of what she desires in her life. So whether she might have thought,
I
hey,
didn't read that.
it was okay, it's called comprehension. But if you're conflicted to a point where I really love this person, quote unquote, let's just argue that that's 80. You really genuinely love this person for who they are, what they do for you, how they treat you, and everything else. However, they can't f you. Now, initially, it was only 20%. But until she experienced that 20% now became 50%. So now is just where she's conflicted.
That's what I'm saying.
Because once you experience some shit, it's hard to go backwards.
If she didn't know, then that was it would have said 20.
Out of sight, out of mind. Well, so with that being said, just so I can get some clarity of your opinion or thoughts, why would somebody go back to someone after a breakup knowing that they have bad?
I don't know. I don't spin the block.
Okay, Amanda, they asked you.
Yeah, this is your question. When I'm done, I'm done.
I mean, to be honest, people go back to people because they love them. It was probably an argument. It was probably they had some differences and they decided to go their separate ways, but people still have love for each other. So that's probably why they came back together. I could understand if her reason for leaving was because she just was that unsatisfiable. Then I would not.
Just go.
What? Then I would not understand her going back. But it really doesn't matter why she went back. It doesn't matter why they broke up in the first place. She said what she said.
That's true.
Got it.
So, Rome, I have a question
I have
from
an
a man's perspective. Could you, or would you, or what would it take for you, if you could, go back to an ex knowing that her and box is extremely whack to the point where you don't? You're in a different boat, but most men are not, having with women, like numerous or women in their lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that a man is in love with that woman. They're probably just.
It's kind of the similar situation where if he finds something like at the top of his realm, that he's most likely going to fall in love with her because she was like out of his league or whatever, as opposed to like a regular man or non-regular man who's used to getting women. It's just kind of like, he wasn't better than the last one, next, or this is trash, next. So that's kind of like what he's saying.
Okay, so speaking of this Ask Amanda question, we have something similar to talk about. The prompt is, my girlfriend of 3 years said her ex was twice as big as me, but what?
But she loves him and is willing to quote unquote make it work. But now he is struggling with insecurities.
I'm like, but what?
So essentially he's aware that her ex was 2 times bigger, and now he's struggling with insecurities, and she's quote unquote trying to make it work.
Question: Is there any context around
How he became
how he
aware.
knows that?
Yeah. No, well, it says my girlford of 3 years said.
Oh, she said, yeah.
Why would she do that?
Because she was talking
That's what
shit.
I'm. No. So no. So that's what I'm saying.
Little dick Jerry.
I just want to know, like, how did they get there? Like, is he asking this question because men do be asking these?
I was about to
types of-
say,
I've
men do be
never-
asking some dumb questions
I know you even
just for
said
them
it.
to find out something like that.
I know you said you sent.
I ain't
some
gonna
shit.
lie, that did happen to me one time.
You asked somebody, what you asked?
So I didn't
somebody
ask her
other than
that.
me?
I asked her, I'm like, whose is this? And she said, mine. I said, what? All right, whatever. But
It is hers.
I gave it back to her. She have it. Take it and go. Pack your bags. But yes, I learned right then and there, don't ask questions that you don't want to know the answer
Not
to.
at all.
Right? Because they f around and say some shit like, "Is this the biggest you ever had?" Expecting,
like, no.
expecting a girl to say yes, but nah.
I would just be so like,
What you like?
Why
what
would you
wanna
ask
know
me that?
exactly?
But,
and
what
what
if
you
it,
wanna
but if
know
it
for?
was, you would be like, yeah.
no, but I would still be like, why would you ask me that? That's a
That's a weird.
weird.
Like
It's
that's
already
a,
insecure.
First of all, that's a
Weird.
Yeah.
weird.
Mhm.
I have another phrase I want to use, but this is weird.
What is the other phrase? We can cut it.
These lame ass, like,
Oh,
why would you be asking that?
Can we make a list of like what lame should not say?
Or do.
Because you said in the group chat today, you like, I don't know.
I don't talk- I don't
know-
talk to those
I don't talk to these
kind
type. And I be reading like the shit that you send, and I'll say like, who are these? Because I hear about the men, and I think we were talking about earlier, like you call them betas or something. I just learned what a beta. I thought a beta was a fish.
It is a fish.
It is a fish. Okay, I was
It's
like, when did
also-
it become men?
I used to have one.
It was men.
But
Probably
just
For the
before fish.
apocalypse.
Just to
I don't
you
know.
were talking to Alan when you got that definition of a beta,
Okay,
though. So
I didn't
just
see any
be
of this.
mindful
I
of what a beta actually is, okay? Because it was Alan. Just saying.
okay. I think it's important, or maybe it's a tip, I should say. I think a tip when dealing with a woman, you don't talk about nobody else but what you got going on.
Yes.
Because I feel that why are you trying to put another man in her mind when you trying to get to the goal? Like that don't make no sense. You
That
working
shit
backwards.
lame.
I'm telling you, a girl knows off
Lame.
rip the biggest she ever had. So don't be asking no questions.
It's like, do you really want to know his name?
Answer real quick.
Yeah, but she said, quote unquote, I'm gonna try to make it work. That's the crazy part. Like, that's what she actually said.
Well, I
After
mean,
that.
I think that just goes back to the 80-20 thing. I think that he likely meets her needs in 80% of what it is that she desires.
So let me ask a question. Do women at some point say is not the most important thing for me? Or is it like, because I feel like I feel like majority of the things that I've heard over the last 6 years of being at 8 at the table is that women don't value sex, but then they'll break up for it, or they'll lose respect, or they'll cheat for it. So my real question is making it work, and because we have that situation plus the other situation where she can't stop thinking about the dude that made her,
Yeah.
right? Like, are women actually not being honest with themselves on how high sex is on their priority list?
Probably.
Well,
I think. Go ahead.
No, I want you to go ahead.
I had a great thing.
I think that perhaps women have never sort of been given the opportunity to be vocal about that.
Without being criticized or judged.
Right.
Yeah.
So
'cause then you're
right. So I think
that's right.
maybe the answer is, Rico. Women should be more upfront, like men are, and say, hey, this is important to me, and if you're not willing to do it, I still love you. I still care about you. I still want to have our home and our beautiful family. But
You want to around? Not you, but
I'm just saying, like, I think that because you just made the statement, like you said, women are not honest about
how high it is on their
right.
requirement.
So if they are honest, they are also going to have to be honest in the sense of they're going to have to say, hey, I still love you. I still want to be with you. I f with you. I f with them kids. I f with our lifestyle. Like, I love it all. But you don't give me what I need in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't take away from how much they love you, but they just got to go find that somewhere else.
And
So
that
I
could-
actually think that they are being truthful.
Who,
Maybe,
women?
yeah. I'm like, maybe for them, love and how they're treated definitely come way before this. And maybe that's why they're not leaving because of bad sex. Yeah, they'll cheat for it, but they're not leaving.
what I'm
And
hearing,
there's a difference, because if that's a absolute like number one, like very high on the list of things that they cannot accept, then they'll leave. This relationship for them will never work. But if they can get away with doing something on the side every now and again and staying in their relationship, then they'll probably do it.
I feel like what I'm hearing is this man has the ability to provide monetary, tangible things.
How you heard that?
Because my
I was about to say, and that means
because
women should respect.
No. This is what I'm hearing. Because if a woman had to,
You better turn that what's that the ear thing up.
if a woman had to bust her at work 40 to 50 hours a week plus get whacked dick at the end of the week, I don't think she's going to stay. But there's something that's keeping her there, and majority of the times it's going to be the lifestyle, the beautiful house that's keeping her ass in place, because no woman going to leave bad to go struggle. But a woman will accept bad to have a lavish life. So there's something that keeps that woman there majority of the time.
I just explained what it was, Rico. It's not necessarily somebody just providing, because as we know, most men don't have it like that, such that their wives are living in the lap of luxury. They still going out to work too. So it's hard for me to understand why you think that it's just what he can provide via his paycheck or the money that he has.
Or why is it hard for you to understand that love does override that?
Well, does love override bad? No, not if it compromises your faithfulness. Because if you're saying that love overrides bad, but yet you're going to be unfaithful, I'm saying that if love overrides bad, right, then you would not be unfaithful. So because you're being unfaithful, that means that the love does not override bad, because you're still going to try to find it elsewhere, even at a point where you're thinking about while you're with the person that you love.
But she's loyal to you.
But loyal and love is not the same.
It isn't. But
loyalty and love is not the same.
But loyalty,
but she's staying because of loyalty.
Exactly.
But
she's loyal.
She's staying.
But that doesn't mean she's loving. So like we're talking about three different words: love, loyalty, and faithfulness. Right? Love is not the same as loyalty.
That's not what she's saying though.
She's saying love overrides bad.
Oh,
listen,
I am. Hold on. I am saying that if a woman does love you, bad is not going to drive her away. I'm saying what I'm saying. If a woman loves you, she's not going to let bad sis.
Yes.
I knew it.
We don't even believe that
She's
shit.
not
Like,
going to let me rock. Oh
Sassy
my
red. Sassy red.
Can you just let me live one time?
no,
It's hard.
One time.
it's been twice. All right.
Sorry. All right, my bad. Go ahead. Sissy.
I don't like you. If a woman loves you, she's not going to let bad drive her away. She's going to stay with you. She might complain about the bad. She might talk about what can make things better or whatever the hell. She might even cheat on you once or twice. But you know what? She loves you. I'm being real though. If a woman does cheat on you, she needs better somewhere else. But I mean, if you guys talk about it, try to make it better for her so she doesn't go do that.
Well, why does she love him? And that's the main
For
thing.
whatever reasons.
It's not just because he's a charming guy. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
What do you mean? Why not? Bro, there's everything is incentivized in life, and we're not going to make it seem like it's not. For example, the reason why a man would provide for a woman is, well, assuming that they don't have kids, is that this is good. That's what gets a man to love the woman, right? So the incentive for him is her sexual experience. So he's going to provide whatever he can to keep that experience. Now, if I flip it, what's the incentives for a woman? Because love is not enough in any case.
Is that love though?
What are you talking about?
What you just said, you said a man is going to do this because a woman gives him good sex. So this is incentive, you know?
Yes, love.
Does love fit anywhere in there?
Love is a physical moment where you're legitimately inside of another human being. So, like, my dick is inside of you, right? I can feel you. Now,
are you okay?
what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I want to know what you're talking about.
When, like, you're
I'm confused. Shit.
you're trying to say that love is
Confused.
You're trying to
You're
say.
saying that love is an act. You're saying that love is sex.
I'm saying that sex is a part of love. Yes, it can be. It definitely can be. But when we're talking about it in the sense of the incentives, I know I will never, and I'm gonna just take this from Rome. I'm gonna take this from Rome. I will never fall in love with a girl before I have sex with her. Right? Rome, do you agree?
I agree.
Alan, do you agree? Or did you agree?
Bro, wait, can we ask a point?
But that it had to happen. But
There's a subsection to this. So I understand your statement, but is it the sex that's going to keep you there?
No.
But it gets you there.
It's open. It's going to
That's
open.
what she. That's what
No.
she.
It's impossible. Listen, what I'm trying to say is, we're talking, and let's stay on topic here.
I'm on topic.
No, we're not.
I'm definitely on
we
topic.
all
No,
be
we're
talking
not.
about the same
So
thing.
when we're talking,
I don't know about
when
you,
we're
I'm on
talking
topic.
about love overriding bad sex.
Right.
I'm saying for a man to even, most men, I'm gonna say most men, for him to love you, he needs to have sex with you for it to even be an option to love you.
We're not disagreeing.
Okay, yes we are, because
We're not.
there's clearly a
Do you
disconnect.
disagree?
No, and what I said was women are wired differently. So when a woman loves you, she's not going to let bad sex run her off. That's what I said.
Okay, so now let me go back. Thank you, because I already understood that.
Okay.
So now when I'm saying that they're not synonymous, it's actually corny. When I'm saying that they're not synonymous, for a man, it's entirely different, right? That's what you're saying, correct?
Right.
So now what I'm telling you is the sex is the incentive for the man to fall in love with the woman. That is the main incentive for the man to fall in love with the woman. So my question, going back, what is the incentive for a woman to fall in love with the man? If it's not the sex, right?
It's what he can provide.
It's what he's doing for her. That's the whole fucking point. Jesus Christ. Yo, are we watching this? Chat.
I don't know.
Chat, please leave a comment because they're not getting it.
Wait, it doesn't necessarily have to be financial. If you
Thank
take
you.
the word financial off of it,
Even if I take it,
no. Because to her point, if you take financial off of it, and he's providing safety, he's providing comfort, he's providing respect.
What kind of comfort? Just comfort with feeling huh?
Yeah, but chill without
Company.
chill without the dick, right? How
He's providing some. The incentive is how he is.
Just take financial. Take financial
Right,
off
because
the
he
table.
started.
And so what
He started his
Actually,
whole spiel
what did I
about
start
if a man is working so and so hours, then he's blah blah blah. Like, and it's just like, where are you even going with that? Because that doesn't matter.
I actually started with, it's the way, and going back to the initial prompt, the way he
run it back.
treats her. Run it back. The way he treats her. Okay, that's how I started.
I don't think that's how you started.
Okay, Jesus Christ, I've been doing this for a long time.
I mean, they watching. You watching, right? Y'all watching? Y'all tell us in the comments.
So on the reverse tip of that, what if a man is with a woman, right, and he can't find what he needs to find inside
Great
of
Walls
there?
of China.
G spot.
No, the Great Walls. Come, see, this is why you need to be specific.
Oh no, you the one that's interrupting him. Shit, let him finish what he's saying.
He can't find her walls, right?
Thank you.
Is it the same thing as you women saying that he has a small size? Would that be equivalent to what you're saying? What would a man do then? Because you said in your example that she would most likely end up stepping out and cheating on him. And so it would be okay for him to cheat on her?
I don't think that it's okay for anyone to cheat on anyone. I just gave a scenario on why a woman might cheat on someone. Okay?
Okay.
I can't tell you if it's the same thing. Maybe you can. I've heard you've had this situation before. I don't know if that's the same thing.
Oh.
Is that something that if you had sex with a woman who you weren't able to find their walls, would that be the worst thing in the world for you? Like horrible sex that you would not want to continue the relationship?
That's that reverse Uno card.
It's not though. I mean,
I don't know how I can be able to answer that question. I don't know.
okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll that was a reverse Uno card.
I know the answer though. I'm good. I mean,
Oh, well, go ahead and answer, and then I'll give my 2 cents. Sorry about
I
that.
find walls and
Nigga said, I'm gonna find it.
He said, I don't know about the rest of y'all niggas, but
He said I fit.
Nigga said my shit is this big.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna get it.
Right.
whenever
Too
that,
bad for the rest of y'all because I can't.
whenever that has happened, she did have a large amount of children. So that was I knew that going in.
I thought that they were tighter. Hold on. Stop it. Let's get some information in
No,
here.
I'm being serious. I'm not being funny. She had 5 children, and I was in there, and I was in there,
Swimming.
but
But
it wasn't her fault
keep
because
swimming.
and then weren't my
Just
kids.
keep
It wasn't
swimming.
her fault, but after that I knew, or after that, and I was younger at the time. After that, I just said, okay, well, no more 5 women kids.
You mean
5
5
kids,
kids, women?
5 women, 5 kids, women's, yeah. 5 women with children. I mean, 5,
5?
No more women.
no more
5
women
kid-
with 5 children.
There you go.
Yeah,
Y'all, each one teach one.
yeah. I learned right on the
You
spot.
give him way more grace
Well,
than me.
but
I
so-
noticed that. What is
so-
that about?
So now for the man,
Sagittarius.
so basically you're saying you've experienced before, and from that experience you said, I will not ever take this type of woman serious.
Well, I wasn't taking her serious to begin with because she had 5 kids.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if I were moving forward, I wouldn't be with a woman with more than 3 kids themselves myself.
Specifically because of
Not if it's specifically,
what?
not,
Liberty.
not specifically for
Aaron
that
too.
reason, but for other reasons too. Like
Okay, well, so now let's just say, and I don't know if it is,
Okay.
or I don't know if it isn't possible for a woman to have the vagina as if she did have 5 kids.
I believe it's. Wait, what?
Like just he's saying like
was born like
physiologically.
that.
Oh, without
Yeah.
without
Yes.
kids,
Yeah.
you have that?
Yes.
No
Nah,
kids.
Get out of here.
No, but I honestly, I've
There's
heard
wide pussy women.
from
What are you
guys
talking about?
No, I've heard from guys
Yeah.
that after a woman gives birth, it actually gets like tighter.
I don't know.
5
I've heard
times?
that from
Yes.
men.
C-section.
5 times.
Okay, maybe not.
We never answered the question. The question is giving exactly what has just happened before with what we just conversed about.
To converse.
If you had experienced a woman
Yeah.
and you were going to get in a relationship with her, excluding 5 kids, but she had the same vagina experience or vagina that you experienced with the 5 kids,
Yeah.
would you most likely cheat on her, or could you still love her and be with her even though the sex is going to be what you've already experienced?
Again, no. I'm starting with that. Like the sex is going to be kind of like the cherry on top, right? So once we're talking and we're having sex and everything like that, and the shit is trash, I know that's just not for
Not
me.
gonna go anywhere.
But is it a cherry? Because the cherry on
It's
top
actually
is
like
a
the
bonus.
banana. It's like you need what's
Yeah.
the base?
No,
of
but
the-
I'm saying that the cherry.
you live without the cherry?
20%, and then the cone could be somebody's 80%.
Could
So I'm
you
saying for me,
live without the cherry?
I actually
I love
agree.
sex.
I was
So-
going to say,
But it's
I
not a
think that we
cherry.
need to conclude this conversation
There you
in
go.
saying that
Amen.
sex is not going to be on the same on everyone's list.
Mm.
Sex is going to be higher on some people's lists.
Right.
Sex is going to be low.
I said right.
Okay,
I said,
you gave me a look.
I said right too.
Sex is
She's
going to
so
be sex is going to be lower on other people's lists.
she's so
Yeah. And there's some women that actually have smaller vaginas and it's bigger penises, more painful for them. So that person, he just needs to find her.
True, but again, like they said, like not every woman orgasms from penetration. So either way, you just get up in the hood, tight or not. Like it's
and
there.
do your thing.
Do your thing.
Yeah,
boy.
again. And I feel like the advice I would like to give to the person that wrote in is be more adventurous in the bedroom with the
Mhm.
boyfriend who doesn't satisfy you penetrationally. Statistics say that less than 40% of women will have a clitoral orgasm and less than 20% of women will have a vaginal orgasm with a man.
40%. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
What?
That's
It's
pretty-
high as fuck. 40%. So where is she getting? So if there's about 40% that are not getting orgasms from clitoral stimulation, right? Roughly. And that same woman falls in the 20% that I would say about 20% of those women also fall into the same stat of not having
We don't, I don't know.
orgasms from
I don't know if they overlap.
potentially they could
Potentially, they'll never know what an orgasm is.
so it's not a man's fault.